Buhari says that all Nigerians stranded in Libya and other parts of the world will be brought home and rehabilitated. Speaking while addressing Nigerians in Abidjan, President Buhari vowed to reduce the number of Nigerians heading for Europe illegally through the Sahara Desert and the Mediterranean Sea by providing basic social amenities such as education, healthcare and food security at home. He says all necessary steps will be taken to stem the tide of illegal migration by Nigerians. The president lamented the barrier of some 26 Nigerians who died recently in the Mediterranean Sea without due identification. Reacting to a recent footage on the sale of Africans in Libya, President Buhari says it was appalling that some Nigerians were being sold like goats for few dollars in Libya. The president advised Nigerians in Cote d'Ivoire to be good ambassadors in their host country, warning that the embassy would not hesitate to repatriate those who tarnish the image of the country abroad. Meanwhile, in line with the president's directive that every Nigerian stranded in Libya be brought home, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has now met with stakeholders to facilitate the planned evacuation. Speaking before a closed-door meeting, Vice President Osinbajo says the federal government is committed to evacuating Nigerians from Libya.
The issues that are risen concerning the girls who, or the ladies who died in the very unfortunate incident while obviously trying to while obviously trying to migrate, perhaps on the way to crossing to Europe.
Authorities of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons say they're concluding plans on best ways to return the illegal migrants and rehabilitate them once repatriated.
Embarking on the AVRR, which is the Assisted Voluntary Return, and when these people return, we take them to a reception center where we keep them. Those are the most vulnerable. We keep them for a period of time where we teach them some kind of skills.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Senate has now summoned the Libyan ambassador to Nigeria to brief Nigeria's foreign ministry on the slave trade situation in the North African country as it affects Nigerians who are among Africans auctioned at slave markets. The upper chamber joined many across the globe to condemn the inhuman practice of slave auctions in Libya and therefore urged the Nigerian government to take all the diplomatic steps to ensure all those involved are held accountable to face the full weight of international law.
As described by a survivor, it was a total hell in Libya for the Arabs, Libyan jailers.
Other senators indicted the Nigerian government for failing to address the root causes of growing wave of economic migration and not acting promptly since the disturbing images of the slave auction came to light.
There's the issue of poor governance. There's the issue of the fact that we have corrupt leaders that have taken our wealth to the Western countries. And there's not been one very drastic position by the federal government of this country to condemn and take very proactive position.
Just yesterday, Mr. President, I equally saw in the social media that Samuel Eto'o of Cameroon chartered 2 planes to Libya to repatriate Cameroonians.
Ruling on the motion, Senate President Bukola Saraki describes the Libyan slave story as a national embarrassment.
As a country, truly, I think it's a slap on the face of all of us if Nigerians can be treated in this manner. As somebody said, Ivory Coast, that is not as big as us, is taking actions to see how they can bring their own citizens back. We need to be doing similar things. So
the Senate also urged the Nigerian government to commence the process of repatriation and rehabilitation of all Nigerians affected. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has also urged the federal government to liaise with authorities in Libya to find a lasting solution to the menace of migration and modern-day slavery. This was contained in the resolutions of the House following adoption of a motion on the need to investigate the act of slave trade involving auctioning of Africans.
To embark upon this perilous journey. There is a time when silence is betrayal. And if we do keep silent on this matter, I believe that we have betrayed so many young people.
The lawmakers commended the Nigerian government's effort in repatriating its citizens, advocating for more collaborations with other nations and world bodies to end the inhuman act.
Different levels, there has to be a lot of work. One, there has to be a lot of information and education to our children to make them realize the dangers of that. On an international level, I think that Nigerian permanent rep at the United Nations should put pressure with all other countries.
We have helps, some of them underage, young girls and boys that should be in school, who are serving Nigerians in their homes, whose parents actually bring them from afar and collect money on their behalf.
The House also directed its committees on human rights and foreign affairs to interface with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and relevant stakeholders to identify and propose solutions to the factors that encourage migrants to embark on perilous journeys. You're watching Galaxy TV News. We have more stories after this break. Stay with us.